In the early hours of a humid August morning in 1966, two men climbed a lonely hill on the outskirts of Niterói, Brazil. The city lights glowed faintly below them, and the air was thick with the smell of grass and dust. No one noticed them arrive. No one saw them leave. What happened on that hill would become one of Brazil's most disturbing and unsolved mysteries, a case so strange that even decades later, it still feels like it doesn't belong in the real world. Imagine walking through a quiet, overgrown hillside, the kind of place where the wind moves slowly and the silence feels heavy. Now imagine finding two bodies lying side by side on the ground. No blood, no signs of struggle, no obvious cause of death. Just two men, dressed neatly in suits, wearing homemade lead masks that completely cover their eyes. This is the lead mask case. The men were later identified as Manoel Pereira de Cruz and Miguel José Viana. Both were electronics technicians, engineers by trade, men who worked with radios, circuits, and signals. They were not criminals. They were not drifters. They had families, routines, and plans for the future, and yet they ended up dead on a hill under circumstances so bizarre that police still struggle to explain them. Their bodies were discovered on August 20th, 1966, by a young boy flying a kite. At first, he thought the figures were sleeping, but as he got closer, something felt wrong. The men were motionless, completely still. When authorities arrived, they found that the bodies were already decomposing, suggesting they had been dead for at least 2 days. What immediately caught everyone's attention was their appearance. Both men were wearing formal clothing, suits, shirts, and polished shoes. Over their eyes were strange masks made of lead, crudely cut, almost like protective goggles. There were no eye holes, just solid pieces of metal shaped to cover the eyes. Nearby, police found a notebook and some other personal items. The notebook contained a short, chilling message written in Portuguese. It read, 1630, be at the specified place. 1830, ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals, await signal mask. That was it. No explanation, no signature, no indication of what the capsules were, what signal they were waiting for, or what the after effect would be. Police searched the area carefully. There were no signs of violence, no weapons, no footprints indicating a struggle, no empty capsule containers were found. Even more disturbing, there were no signs of robbery. The men still had money in their pockets. Their watches and valuables were untouched. Autopsies were performed, but due to the advanced state of decomposition, doctors could not determine a clear cause of death. Toxicology tests were inconclusive. There was no evidence of trauma. Officially, the cause of death was listed as undetermined. As investigators dug deeper into the men's backgrounds, the case became even stranger. Manoel and Miguel were known among friends and coworkers as serious, intelligent men with a shared interest in spiritualism and paranormal phenomena. They reportedly believed in communication with other dimensions, psychic energies, and advanced technology beyond human understanding. Some acquaintances said the men were experimenting with devices meant to contact extraterrestrial beings or spiritual entities. In the months before their deaths, the two men had allegedly been discussing a way to receive messages through electronic signals, radio waves, frequencies, energy fields. They believed that certain metals could protect the human body during these experiences. Lead in particular was thought to shield against harmful radiation or overwhelming forces. This belief might explain the masks. According to family members, the day they left home, the men said they were going to buy supplies for their work. They traveled from Campos dos Goitacazes to Niterói, a trip of several hours. Along the way, witnesses later recalled seeing them purchase a bottle of water and possibly some capsules from a pharmacy. No one knows what those capsules were. That night, it rained heavily. The hill where they were found, Morro do Vintém, was known as a quiet place, often used by locals for relaxation or to watch the city below. It was not known for crime. There were no reports of suspicious activity that evening. No screams, no lights, nothing. One theory suggests that the men followed their written instructions precisely. They arrived at the location at 4:30 p.m. At 6:30 p.m., they ingested the capsules. They put on the lead mask to protect themselves from whatever they believed was coming. Then they waited. But waited for what? Some investigators believe the men may have been attempting a scientific experiment that went horribly wrong. Perhaps the capsules contained a toxic substance. Maybe they miscalculated the dosage. Or maybe they expected an after effect that never came, leaving them defenseless. Others believe the case is tied to occult practices. Brazil, especially during the 1960s, had many spiritualist groups experimenting with altered states of consciousness, communication with spirits, and rituals involving isolation and meditation. The hilltop, the timing, the masks, and the note all suggest something ritualistic. Then there are the theories that push the case firmly into the realm of the unknown. Some believe the men were attempting contact with extraterrestrial beings. The signal mentioned in the note could refer to a radio transmission or an otherworldly communication. The lead mask may have been intended to protect their eyes from intense light or radiation. In this theory, something went wrong during the encounter, resulting in their deaths. Others suggest government involvement. During the Cold War, Brazil, like many countries, had secret military and technological projects. Some believe the men may have stumbled upon something classified or were participating in an experiment involving radiation or electromagnetic waves. The lack of injuries, the lead protection, and the sudden deaths raise unsettling questions. But there is no evidence to support these claims, only speculation. What makes the lead mask case so haunting is not just how the men died, but how calmly everything appears to have happened. They were lying peacefully, side by side, as if they simply fell asleep and never woke up. There was no panic frozen on their faces, no attempt to remove the masks, no signs they tried to escape. It's as if they trusted whatever they were doing completely. Over the years, the case has been reopened multiple times, but no new evidence has ever emerged. Witnesses have died, records have been lost. The hill remains quiet, unchanged, as if it's guarding its secret. Today, the lead mask case is considered one of Brazil's most enduring mysteries. It sits at the intersection of science, belief, and fear. A reminder that sometimes the most terrifying stories are not about monsters or shadows, but about ordinary people who believed they were reaching for something beyond human understanding. Two engineers walked up a hill with a plan. They wrote it down carefully, they followed every step, and whatever they were waiting for came or didn't come in a way that cost them their lives. And the most unsettling question remains unanswered. If the lead masks were meant to protect them, what were they so afraid of seeing? If you enjoy deep, disturbing mysteries like this one, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. And tell me in the comments, what do you think really happened on that hill in Brazil?